Hello fam, as you can see what we have on the screen, today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful bralette top, a matching top for the skirt we dropped last week. So let's get started. Hello, good day and welcome back to class. Look at what we have here. Look at this beautiful, will I call it bralette or top? Look at that, it's so cute. We'll be learning how to make this beauty today. It's very fast, simple, like not complicated. I'll be showing you the step by step on how to make this. This is a complimentary top for the skirt we dropped last week, and next week we'll be dropping a matching bucket hat for this set. So that will complete a 3-in-1 set we're making for the girls, and the following week we'll be dropping a shirt for the little boys. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you are not yet a subscriber, like the video if you find it useful, drop a comment, and also share the video. And if you like to support, kindly subscribe to the membership plan. And the written pattern for the 3 pieces in the set will be available. Kindly check the description box for that. So that being said, let me walk you through the materials we'll be needing and we just get started. So here are the few materials we'll be needing. So to start off, we'll be needing ball of yarn. So I'll be using this brand Yeye. It's 100% acrylic and it is 40 grams. I used less than a ball, yeah, less than a ball for the bralette or the top. So, and this is for size 12 months to 18 months, yeah. So, and I'll be, in the course of the tutorial, I'll be showing you or telling you how to adjust the size, and I'll be dropping some few measurements on the screen. So check that out for the size I'm making. And if the size you are making is not there, kindly check Pinterest for size charts to help. So we'll be needing the hook size I'll be using in the course of the tutorial is size 3.0 mm hook. Yeah, 3.0 mm hook. That's the size I'll be using. We'll be needing a button. It's quite optional. You can decide to embellish your flower with anything. So, but as for me, I use this 1 centimeter 1 centimeter button to embellish my flowers. We'll be needing stitch markers, very important. We'll be needing tapestry needle to sew the end. And if you are not, one thing, if you are not sewing the back like this, you will be needing buttons to put at the back. So put that in mind. Be needing we'll be needing, what's it called now, measuring tape as well for taking measurements. And yeah, these are the materials we'll be needing. So let's jump right into it. So to kickstart our top, the first thing we need to decide is how tall or how thick you want your band to be. As for me, I'll be working with something around 2 inches to around 2 inches. That's what I'll be working with. So you can decide to do 3 inches, 1.5 inches, but make sure it's not too tall, because I believe it's not going to give you that beauty again. So like I said, I'll be working with something around 2 inches. And also we'll be needing the chest round measurements for the size I'm making, which is size 12 to 18 months. The chest round measurement is 22 inches that I'm working with. So I'm going to take away 2.5 inches from the main measurement. So if you are doing for 0 to 6 or 0 to 12 months, I would suggest you take away 2 inches. But for me, I'm making for 12 to 18 months. I'm taking away 2.5 inches because I want it really fitted. So like I said, I'm working with 22 inches here. So if I take away 2.5 inches, I'm going to be left with 19.5 inches. So that aside. So to kickstart the band of our top, we're going to make a slip knot. This is how I do mine. If you have a better way of doing yours, please go ahead. So I'm going to chain 12. 1, 2. So I'll go ahead and chain 12. So remember I said I'm working with 2 inches. Sorry about that. That's my son. So I'm working with 2 inches here. So as you can see, this is a little bit above 2 inches, which is fine by me. So depending on how tall you want your band to be, so you can decide to do less than 12 chains or more than that. So after that, I'll be adding my turning chains. So I will go ahead and add one more. So making 13 in total. So I have 13 chains. So I'm going to skip that extra chain I just added. I'm going to skip that. That will be my turning chain. So I will start working from the next chain, which is this. Or I think I'll be working in the back bump. So you see, let me set my, so this is the right side of my chain, yeah, while this is the back, the wrong side. So I'm going to flip it to the wrong side. I'm skipping this chain, right? And this is the back bump for the chain. So this is where I'm working with. This is the chain I'm working in, and here is the back bump. So I'll go right into that back bump. I'll go right inside and work a single crochet. So to work a single crochet, you go in, you pull out a loop, you have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the 2. So again, I'll go into the next back bump. I'll go right inside, pull out a loop. I have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's my second single crochet. I'll move to the next back bump, work my single crochet. So I will go ahead and keep repeating this, keep working 1 single crochet into the back bump until I get to the end. So at the end of this first row, I'm going to have 12 single crochets in total. So I will go ahead and do that. So this is what I have after completing that. So I'm going to stretch that out. So this is what it looks like. So moving on to the second round or second row, I'll chain 1 and turn. So we will, for the next round, we are not going through our stitches like we would normally do if we are crocheting. We go through the back loop. Whenever you are going through your stitches, you actually go through 2 loops. One right in front of us, that is called the front loop, while the one at the back is called the back loop. But for the course of this band, we are going to be working in the back loop only. So after chaining 1 and turning, we go right into the middle and pick the one at the back. We are working with the back loop. So you go right ahead and work your single crochet. Again, you move to the next. You pick the back loop. You pull out a loop. You yarn over and pull through the 2. The next, you do the same thing. You pick the back loop. You pull out a loop. Yarn over, pull through the 2. So it's just a repetition. We are working one single crochet into each and every of our stitches. And remember, we are working in the back loop only. So after completing my second row, this is what it looks like. Look at that. So moving on to the next row, you chain 1 and turn. From now, it's going to be a repetition of what we did for row 2. So remember, we are working in the back bump. So you go right in the back loop, sorry. You go into the back loop, work your single crochet. You go through the back loop, you pick the back loop, you work your single crochet. You pick the back loop, you work your single crochet. So you go ahead and continue this until you get to the end. So this is what I have after completing row 3. So like I said, from now on it's a repetition. So we go ahead, remember you always chain 1 and turn, and you start working in your back loop only. So we go ahead and keep going until we have the length of our chest round measurement minus 2 inches. Okay, you remember I told you to take away 2 inches or 2.5 inches from your chest round measurement. So the measurement you are left with, what you are left with is the length of the waistband we are going to make. So as for me, the chest round measurement for the size I'm making is 22 inches. So I'll take away 2.5 inches. I'll be left with 19.5 inches. So I will go ahead and keep repeating my work until I have 19.5 inches in length long. So I hope that makes sense. So if you are doing for 0 to 6 months, the chest round measurement is 18-19 inches. So you take away 2 inches. So you'll be left with is either 17 inches or 16 inches, depending on the measurement you're working with. So you go ahead, keep repeating this until you have 16 or 17 inches. I hope that makes sense. So this is applicable to all sizes. And if you are making this for adults, you want it really fitted, I'll suggest you take away around 3 to 3.5 or even 4 inches. This is crochets and it's a ribbon. This thing, it stretches a lot. So I will go ahead when I have my 19.5. I'll come and show you what it looks like and what next to do. So this is what I have after repeating and working my waistband, and I did around 86 rows in total. And yeah, without being stretched, I have my 19.5 inches starting from here all the way so as you can see almost 19.5, so which is fine. Remember, this stretches a lot, so I am fine with that. So after that, we are going to join this end together. Actually there is no right side or wrong side because it's the same thing. So I'll go right inside, Just make sure that your work is not twisted. So I'm going to place this together, and I'll go in here and I'll pick the loop. I'll join with chain 1, and I will go back into the same stitches, the same stitch in the front and the same stitch at the back. I'll go back in and work a slip stitch right there. So I'll move to the next stitch, which is this. It's quite tricky because of the back bump we worked in our first row. So after moving to the next, move to the next in the at the back. You pull out your loop, work your slip stitch. You move to the next stitch here. You move to the next stitch at the back. Yarn over, pull out a loop and pull through. So I will go ahead and keep repeating this until I have this completely joined. So this is what I have after joining. So right now we are going to turn that inside out. Okay, I think I will go like this. Yeah, so this is what we have, but this is not going to be the back. I'm going to have that by the side. So we are going to measure this, nearly divided by 2. So I have, so if I divide this like this, this is going to be my middle. So I'm going to mark that. After that, I will now go ahead. I'll count the number of rows here and also count the number of rows at the back. So this is what I have. I counted, remember I said I did 86 rounds in total. So I divided by 2, I have 43. So from here, excuse me, to this place is 43. And now divided that 43 by 2. Remember, we can't have it equally because 2 does not, 43 is not divisible by 2. So I have 21 here, I have 22 here. So we are starting from this side. So this was where we joined, as you can see. So I will go ahead, I will chain 1. Then this was the row where we finished. So I will go into that row right here. This was where we joined. So I'll go into the row. I'll go right in, make a slip stitch. Now we'll go ahead and chain 2. 1, 2, which does not count as a stitch. So we are going to start our actual work from here. So we just chain 2. So we are going to reduce the next 2 stitches. So you yarn over. Now we are working with double crochet. You yarn over, you go into the next row, which is this. You go in, you pull out a loop. You have 3 loops. Yarn over, you put through the first 2. Then yarn over again. You move to the next row, which is this. Pull out a loop. You have 4 loops. Yarn over, put through the first 2. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, put through all 3. So we just reduce 2 rows into 1. So after that, we go ahead, we keep going. We start working 1 double crochet into each row. So this is the next row. We go right in. This is the next row. This right here. I'll go in. This is the next row. I'll go in. So I'll just go ahead and keep working 1 double crochet until I have 2 stitches before the end. This is where I marked. So until I get here, so we have these 2 rows left. So we are going to make a reduction. I'll come back and show you how to do that again. So I have my 2 stitches, 2 rows left, which is this and this. So we yarn over, we go into the next row, which is this. I'll go in, pull out a loop. I have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 2 loops left. I'll yarn over again. I'll move to the next row, which is this. I'll pull out a loop. I have 4 loops. Yarn over, put through the first 2. I have 3 loops left. Yarn over, put through all 3. So I just made a reduction here at the end and a reduction at the beginning. So this is what we have. So moving on to the next, you chain up 2, which does not count as a stitch, and you turn. We are always going to start with a reduction and finish with a reduction as well. So I'll go right in. I'll yarn over. I'll go in. Pull out a loop. Yarn over. Pull through 2. I'll yarn over again. Go into the next. Pull out a loop. Yarn over. Pull through 2. I have 3 loops. Yarn over. Pull through all. So we just made our first reduction. and we go ahead and start working one double crochet into all our stitches, and I'll come back and show you how to make another reduction when I have just 2 stitches left. So I'm right here at the end. As you can see, I have 2 stitches left, this and this. So I yarn over, I'll go right into the next stitch, I'll pull out a loop. I have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, I'll yarn over, I'll go into the last stitch, pull out a loop. I have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, I have 3 loops left, yarn over, pull through a hole. So that's how we make our reduction, and we just keep repeating this, chain up 2 and turn. So we just keep repeating this and keep reducing. You go right in, you work your decrease, then you start working your regular double crochet and make a decrease at the end. So you keep going. I'll keep reducing until I have just 5 stitches left. So when I have 5 stitches left, I'll come and show you what to do next. So this is what I have. I actually reduced until I have three stitches. If your stitch count is an even number, then you can go ahead and keep repeating until you have 4 stitches. So after that, right here I have 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3. So the next row, I'll chain up 2 and turn. So into that very first stitch, I'll make a double crochet. That's 1. Into the next stitch, I'll make a double crochet. That's 2. Into the third, I'll make a double crochet. That's 3. If you have 4 double crochets left, just go ahead and work 1 double crochet in all stitches. But for me, I have 3, so I will go ahead and work 1 double crochet into this chain 2 I have here by the side. So I have 4 like that in total. So this is what I have. So right now we are going to start working on the strap. So to start the strap, I'm going to turn, and into this, okay, I'm going to turn this way. Into this very first stitch, instead of chaining, I'll go right inside, I'll pull out a loop, I'll work a single crochet, then I'll go back, I'll go into this side loop, as you can see, pull out a loop, then work another single crochet. So I worked 2 single crochet, and this counts as my first double crochet stitch. So that's a double crochet. So remember, we have 4 stitches left, 1 2 3 4. So 1 2 1 2, I'll go right in the middle here, I'll yarn over, I'll go in the middle, I'll work 2 double crochets, chain 2, then I'll go back into that same space, 2 more double crochet, and into the very last stitch here, I'll work a double crochet. So this is what we are going to be repeating for our strap. So let me take you through it a couple of more times. So after doing that, remember, instead of chaining 2 or 3, you're just going to turn, and you go into that very first stitch, you work a single crochet, then you go by the side here, pull out a loop and work another single crochet on it. So we have 2 single crochet, which counts as our first double crochet. So after that, you jump into the chain 2 space, you repeat your 2 double crochets, chain 2 2 double crochets, chain 2, then 2 double crochets, and into the last double crochet here at the end, you are going to work a double crochet inside. Let me show you that one more time. You turn into the first stitch, you work a single crochet, and into the loop, you pull out a loop, work another single crochet. So you have 2 single crochets, you jump into the chain 2 space, you work 2 double crochets, chain 2, then 2 more double crochet into the same chain 2 space, and after that, you go ahead and work your last double crochet in the very last stitch here at the end. So this is what our strap is going to look like. So I'll keep going with the strap until I have around 24 centimeters in height, around 10 inches long. For 0 to 3 months, I'll suggest to keep going until you have around 7.5 to 8 inches. For 6 to 12 months, you keep going until you have around 9. As for me, I will keep going until I have around 10 inches. So just go ahead and add more. That is if you are sewing your strap to the back of your band. But if you are putting buttons at the back, then you can just make as long as you want, since you are going to be attaching it to the button. But because we are sewing, we don't want it to be too long, so that because if it's too long, it's not going to be fitted on the body. It's just going to be big. So I did 20 of this in total. This is where we started. Okay, right here. So I did 20 in total, which gave me exactly the 10 inches I wanted. So after that, I would chain one. Okay, I'll chain one and fasten up. I'm going to leave a long tail because I will be sewing my strap to the back. So I'll leave it not too long, but something long enough to sew. So I'm going to pull that out. So we have the first end done. So we are going to work on the second end. So it's just a repetition of what we did earlier for the first side. So I'm going to start my work here. So right here, we'll go right in. I will chain 2, which does not count as a stitch. And I will go back into that same stitch. I'll pull out a loop. Yarn over, put through the first 2. Or yarn over, I'll move to the next row. Work my double crochet. I'll not finish that, so of course we are making a decrease. So after that, I will go ahead and start working my double crochet for each row, and I'll come back when I have 2 stitches left. So I have 2 rows left. So I'll yarn over, I'll go into the next row, which is this. Yarn over, put through the first 2. I'll yarn over again. I'm going to the last row, which is this. Pull out a loop, put through the first 2. I have 3 loops left. I'll yarn over and put through all. So we'll just go ahead to avoid repetition. I'll repeat the same thing we did for this side. We are going to repeat the exact thing. And when you have your 4 stitches left, you will go ahead and you have 3 stitches left. If your total stitch count is odd number, you have 3, but you are going to work 4 single crochet, 4 double crochets, just like we did for this side. So you go ahead and work the exact number of rows you did for the strap as well. So when I have this completed, I'll come and show you what to do next. So this is what I have after finishing both sides, as you can see. So I have the straps, and here is what we are going to do. I'm going to grab my darning needle. As you can see, I'm going to have a crisscross at the back. So this will come here while this will go here. So this is what we are going to have. So I'll show you how to sew the first one, and you go ahead and do the second one yourself. So you try and highball the middle. The middle should be somewhere around here. So we have this here, and now we have this here. So I'm going to turn. So this is going to be like this, right? So I'm going to turn that inside out. Inside out, sorry. So I'll go right in, come out right there. So I'll go into the next stitch, and I'll come out here. And I'll go in here, and I'll come out here. You can see that it's almost invisible at the back. So to secure it very well, I'll come up here. And go in here. Go in here. And just see the upper part so as to secure it very well. And so I'll go into the last space here. If you have a better way of that you want to sew, just go ahead. So after doing that, I will find a way to make a knot right here by this side, and I will go ahead and hide this yarn tail, sew the second one, hide all my yarn tail, and I'll come and show you how we are going to embellish our top. So this is what I have after sewing my strap to the back, and this is what the back looks like. It's giving that crisscross vibe. I love that vibe. So I'm going to embellish my top with this cute little flower. The link to this flower is in the description box. So I made a separate video on how to make this, and I decided to add a stone in the middle just to, you know, spice things up. So I'm going to have one here at this end, and I'm going to have another one at this end. So I'm going to be having two. So I will go ahead and join this, and I'll come and show you what our finished top looks like. So this is what I have after adding my flowers. This looks so cute. Like, I love the outcome, and I hope you're able to make yours as well. So this marks the end of this video tutorial. Don't forget to check out the skirt. The double layer skater skirt is available on the channel, so kindly check it out if you're interested. So this marks the end of this video tutorial, and if you find the video useful, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment. In the next tutorial, we'll be making a bucket hat for this set, and after this we'll be making something for our little men. So until next week, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share the video. Until next week, bye.